everyone, and welcome to another edition of Loving a Broken Heart. My name's Nick.
And I'm Jenny.
My beautiful wife.
We are the Boostas.
That's right. And we're very excited for this episode in particular. One is because we're sitting on this huge beanbag, and we love this thing. We got it at a garage sale.
$15.
Right? Okay, and so...
They're amazing. It was amazing.
It's amazing. It's too big for our living room, but we'll figure something out. It's just awesome. So we wanted to show it.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And really comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It's like sleeping on a cloud. It's amazing. Another reason, the more important reason why we're excited about this is because we wanted to start a conversation, and we'd love to know what you guys, for all of you out there with experience about this. Well, it's about this thing that Jenny really is the expert on, but, I just wanted to, we just want to put it out there. Yeah, so without further ado, honey, take it.
Yeah, I know I am most likely not alone on this, but as a child having a congenital heart disease and being sick all the time, in and out of hospitals and taking medicine, having the scar, and school was very difficult for me because I got bullied a lot. Kids were just cruel, and so, like I said, I know I'm not alone in this, and we just wanted to talk about the effects of bullying trickling into our relationship. We started dating at 14 years old and eventually got engaged, and now we're married by 7 years. So yeah, just the effects on bullying and how it's trickled into our marriage, so to speak. Yeah. So.
And again, I don't know if you guys have seen the other videos, but I mentioned that before. I didn't know anything about congenital heart disease, but of course we know about bullying. It's especially now all over the news, and so we talk about how everyone knows how cruel it is for the kids. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a child who hasn't been bullied or been the bully in some case, but talking about how it affects someone going into their teenage years and adult years and things like that, I think it rings true for a lot of CHD adults, and that really goes into the marriage too.
At least for us.
For us, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
So again, we'd love to know what you guys think too. But if you don't mind talking about it, hon, just when we first were dating.
Mm-hmm.
So we started dating when we were 14 years old. Throughout high school, it was a long distance relationship, but we would see each other about every 3 to 6 months for high school dances and summer vacations and things like that. So we'd spend a good amount of time together.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see kind of the effects of bullying on us?
Well,
or maybe I guess the better thing would be like how did it start? How did it start entering into you that this was going to be a problem?
Well, it started as, I could tell you stories of what bullies would do to me, but, that's a whole nother episode. But one thing that really stuck to me, that really, I think, affected our relationship was the fact that kids would say to me, like, we can't be your friend, you might die tomorrow, and so we don't want to get close to you, kind of thing. And so that thinking, like, just kind of stayed there, like, okay, I might die young. And so when Nick came along, I was kind of scared to get attached, because if I were going to die young, I did not want to put anybody through that, and so in a sense, I felt like I didn't deserve it, in a way. So yeah, I would kind of push him away, and I would start up stupid fights over little things, and I never ever wanted him to leave, bless his heart. But it was something that I was dealing with personally, and and he stayed, praise the Lord. So
you know, and it was
And how does that, me lashing out and, you know, triggering fights and stuff, if you could remember, how did that affect you, and what was your reaction, baby?
no, I don't remember, but I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Oh.
But you know, it was just these kind of things where people fight. It's just, we're human. It's how things work, you know. And but you know, as a teenager, you know, we would, when we were dating, and even when we were engaged, you know, we would have these fights, and you know, couples, they fight over things that, you know, to other people may seem a little silly, but we would go through these fights, and they would be pretty intense,
Yeah.
you know, and I'd be thinking,
Remember those?
yeah, you know, and I remember I'd be thinking, what's going on, you know, like okay, we're having a fight, but people fight, so what's the deal? And it's one of those things where it starts off as something simple, like
He forgot to call me at a certain time, like something ridiculous like
yeah,
that.
it's something small, you know, but then it would kind of shift into something deeper and deeper, and then, you know, it's not about the call anymore.
Yeah.
So then you try and figure out what's going on, but then by that time your emotions are high, and your emotions are high. So like my emotions were really high and hers were really high, and so it's not going to be the kind of thing where we're going to be fighting and then I just stop and go, honey, is there something else you want to talk about? Obviously I'm going to be like,
What is wrong?
yeah, I think I recall being like, what is your problem? Which, obviously, ladies out there, always, that to you is just the sweetest, most wonderful thing for you to go, you know, I need to think about that. So obviously, you know, it was, even though the thought was genuine, the way I expressed it was far from. But again, I was like, what, 16? So, you're like, you know, clearly so very mature. But,
and if I can say something, I'm sorry.
of course.
I remember saying, like, repeating things, certain things, like, you're better off without me.
Yeah.
I caused you too much pain. You know, you deserve better. And it was just, like, these words that, you know, like, I truly, sometimes in the, you know, like, even when we fight now, as a married couple, that still comes back in our fights even now. And so, I feel guilty that, you know, I hurt him so deeply. And so I think that's for any couple. I mean, when you hurt the person you love most in this world, you know, you kind of fall apart yourself, and you see that hurt in them, and it's like, I did that. That's, you know, and so all of a sudden I feel like I'm not worth fighting for anymore, and I'm not, like, I don't know, I just, he deserved better, you know, and so, but that's all a lie, you know, that's just something that's stuck all through these years that you just can't, you know, I wish I can just shake it off, and, you know, but it's something, it's a long healing process. Our gracious Lord has been very, very gracious to me, and, you know, where certain things used to trigger stuff, it doesn't trigger anymore, you know. But I was changing the subject a little bit.
Go ahead.
When I left high school, I was, because of my horrific experience in school, I was like, I'm never going to step foot again in another school ever again. And I married a teacher. So God was like, you're going to heal from this, Jenny. I don't know how long I mean, he knows how long it's going to take, but, you know, it's just, even walking through his school, his work, you know, things trigger stuff that happened as a child. And like I said, there's so much I could tell you that would just take too much time right now. But, yeah, so...
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else? I don't know.
Yeah, I would just kind of jumping off of what you were just talking about. Well, a couple things. One is that for the spouse, it may seem kind of jarring that you know, you might get into a fight and then it ends up being that your spouse is, you know, like with Jenny, you know, she's hurting because maybe she's thinking about the fact that she could die young
Mm-hmm.
and unexpectedly or whatever the case may be, and so there's still a little bit of that resistance of like I kind of want to push you away, not because I don't love you, far from it, I love you so
Yeah.
much, I don't want you to hurt as much as you potentially could.
So
Um,
true for me. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, there are a couple things too that one is that you know, while it is, I guess you could say, statistically true that that would happen, no one, not to sound morbid, but to just be honest, no one really knows when it is their time.
Exactly.
For example, I ride my bicycle to work, there and back, you know, a few times a week, and you know, by the Lord's grace, a lot of cars here are very, very respectful of me, and give me lots of room. But who knows?
Yeah.
Or you know, whatever the case may be. And so, on the one hand, the spouse will be so dedicated to trying to protect, but you know, it really should go both ways if you really think about it in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
It says in the Bible that you don't know the day or the hour. Well, that's, I'm sorry, taking that out of context, I apologize. But in any case, same idea. But another thing is that the idea that even though you're trying to push, even though the heart patient may try and push, I don't know if our words alone do enough to give you that comfort. Like, you know, you saying, I don't want you to hurt. If you open up and say, look, the reason why I'm upset is because I'm trying to push you away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if us saying, you know, if me saying, I'm not going anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
if that necessarily takes care of it. I think it's really more of a long time of you seeing that I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's more. Although the words do help, it's I could see how dedicated he is to, first and foremost, God, and secondly, our marriage. And so, yeah, just your dedication really shines through, I guess. And I know, even though I push you away sometimes, in the end, it just hurts them more, guys. So, you know, they love us for who we are. They are there for us no matter what. And so when we push them away, it's like, you know, it just hurts us in the end, both of us, you know. So, not to kind of change the subject, it's what you were saying, but
No, it's not at all.
yeah, so just, I mean, enjoy the love that you have and embrace it. And because, you know, Nick is right, we don't know, you know, anybody's time to go. So death is a reality to me because I've stared it right in the face, and so, like, my whole life. But to somebody who's healthy and strong, like, they don't think about death very often, and so, or as often as I do per se. And so, yeah, it's just embrace it, enjoy it, love each other. Yeah.
Yeah, really, and for
sorry.
the, no, it's fine. And for the spouse, just realize that, you know, when it does happen, it's not a knock on you.
Yeah.
You know, you just, I would encourage you from the, you know, experience that we have, and I know that there are spouses that have much more experience than we do, that just be patient, be loving, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to be angry,
Mm-hmm.
According to the word.
And I would also say, dig deeper. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, we're not saying things to hurt you. We're not pushing you away to hurt you personally. You know, so dig deeper. Just find out what's going on. Talk. You know,
Yeah.
communicate. That's what we try and do. Sometimes we fail in our fights. You know, we have yelling matches, and but you know, we're stronger for it.
Yeah.
We are stronger for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
So there it is. Yeah, and you know, again, this is a conversation. We'd love to know. Do you guys out there, would you agree that bullying, you still kind of see that manifesting itself with you as adults in your relationships?
Mm-hmm.
What advice, you know, do you have? Just, you know, let us know.
Contact us and tell your stories, man.
Please do. And
you can always write instead of doing. You don't have to do a video like we do. Email Nick or me. Find me on Facebook. And we'd love to hear your stories as well. So.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, you can contact me through our blog, which is lovingabrokenheart.wordpress.com. All those are one word.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can see this on YouTube. You can post comments there. You can always get in touch with me through my screen name there. So lots of different ways. We'd love to have your voice on there. If you remember, we recently had a video from Kim Russell and her daughter.
Thank you guys.
Thanks again. And so this isn't meant just to be Jenny and me or just a couple couples. We want you guys on there. So if you want to put something on there, awesome. Please get in touch with us, and we would absolutely love to have your voice on there too. This is a community of spouses and of CHD couples who just want to be able to learn from each other, to give advice, just to know that you're not alone. We're not alone. You know, there are a lot of you guys out there, and it's so cool to see that.
Thank you for all the support.
Yes, absolutely.
It's amazing.
It really, really is.
I feel really, really blessed.
Yep.
So.
Really, really. A lot of really, really's in there. Sorry.
Really, 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 really blessed.
For sure. So with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. So thanks again for watching. And you guys have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.